Hello, everybody, and welcome to TravelPoint Pros. We are here. We are a channel focused on education, on helping families travel in luxury for little or no cost. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about myself because I think that'll help explain why this channel even exists, honestly, at this point. So, my wife was an extremely stressed out mother. I think all mothers at one point get to that point. They're really, really stressed out. She was a stay-at-home mom. Some of you may relate to that, some of you may not, but she was a stay-at-home mom trying to educate the kids that she had and really take care of the household while her husband and me was going around trying to really run a business. And that was kind of the big thing. The thing is because she was so stressed out, she came to me one day, she said, I want to travel more. And sometimes it's easy for us to dismiss such things and just say, I'll just put that away. She was really serious about that. She wanted to get down to it and she wanted to travel. So we didn't really have a lot of funds at the time. I was starting and I was in the startup phase of a business, and we didn't really have a lot of funds at the time. And so I did what I usually do when I have a problem faced that really needs to be solved is I got to work and started to do some research, spending time and hours and energy and so much time trying to figure out how can we travel when we really don't have any money. This was a big deal because I really wanted to make sure that she got what she wanted, but I also did not want to go into debt. That was a big thing. So it took me years, I mean years, to figure out how to do that because I always knew it was possible. I heard inklings, but I never really knew how to do it. And so I figured it out. It took years, and then it took years to educate myself, and then it took years of then after that experience for me to figure out really how this entire system really works. A system that is not really hidden, but is not really explained very well. Because the reason it took me years, there's not a site, there's not a place to go at this point that is both focused on both education and personalization. And there's not even really a place that is really there to educate people, at least people who are getting started. They're very, very good at talking to the people that already know the system. And that's a problem for people like you and me who was at a spot that I could not figure out where to even start in this entire process. Nobody really explained how the system works. It's just a system, you know. And so that's kind of where I started to think about, well, maybe this should be taught better to people. Maybe this should be taught in a way, in a manner that people can understand it, they can grasp onto it, and actually use it. Especially people who are busy families, busy professionals like I have been and still am. And, starting this is just more to education. I really want to help people to do this kind of stuff. So there really is there's this whole other world out there, people. I don't even know how to explain to you. There's this whole other world of travel that most people don't even close to understand, and nobody's really explained that. So I got to the point where looking at these sites and reading and researching, that I got to find out that these sites are really corporate. They're not really personal to anybody. It's just really just explain to the people who already know. Now, I'm not saying these sites aren't valuable. I think they're extremely valuable. They got me to the point where I was at, but they're not really valuable to people who don't know the system, do not know what site to go to or what information they're looking for, and then they'll get a piece of the puzzle on this site and a piece of the puzzle. It took me a long time because each one of these sites has a piece of the puzzle, but nobody ever shows you the entire picture. Nobody. In all the years I've looked at these sites, nobody. And if they have videos like the ones I'm going to do, they're buried on their site for some reason, as if they aren't important to really teach people. So this channel, our business here, TravelPoint Pros, is designed for one purpose and one purpose only. I mentioned at the top. That is to help families travel in luxury for little to no cost. That's it. That's our entire mission. Okay? We are focused solely on education. Okay, we are also focused on personalization as well, which we'll get to in a later time. But right now, we are fully and solely focused on the education of you and your families on how to travel in luxury for little or no cost. Now, we're focused on helping you understand this system, the whole of the world I keep talking about, or I talked about earlier, I should say. Um, no matter where you're at, I want to help you understand the system no matter where you're at. Even if you understand a little bit of the system or a lot of the system, I just want to help everybody that I can to understand what I've understood, to enjoy the trips that I've had with my family all over. And I could talk about that in a different video, but we've been, well, I could talk about, we've been to Hawaii, we've been to Costa Rica, we've been to, and these aren't all with the kids, by the way. I do like to help families, but sometimes it's to really help the couples in the marriage and in the relationship to get closer together so they can actually help their kids. Because if you are feeling divorced but married, that's what I call it, right? So you're not officially divorced, you're still married, but you feel divorced, and you just don't want to feel that way anymore. Travel could really help that. I really, by experience, know that. And so the travel, when I say I'm helping families, I also mean I'm helping couples. Because if I help couples who have kids, they can also help their kids more if they're happier and happier in their relationship. So I really want to be focused on helping you guys understand the system, no matter where you're at. Again, if you're just a beginner, if you're not, that's what I'm here for. So I'm gonna mostly at the first really gonna release a lot of bite-sized videos, really mostly shorts at first on the different parts of the system, because I taught this system as one huge seminar at one point to some people, and they were completely overwhelmed. So I really want to break this down to little shorts for now, and then later we'll do some more, maybe some more personalized stuff and other things I talked about before. Now, I hope you find this channel valuable. That's my intent, is to help. If you do, of course, we welcome any comments you make on any of the videos, any of the shorts that we put, and ask very humbly that you would subscribe to this channel. And if you want to know when these new shorts are coming out to get another piece of the system, ring that notification bell if that's something you would like as well. We're here to meet you where you're at, to help you to know what to do here, so your family can have the experiences that we've had all over, with spending very little money and really just doing what you normally do, just changing things here a little bit, just a little bit around the edges. Anyways, my name is David Packer. And I am the one that started TravelPoint Pros, and I've been in the financial industry for about almost 20 years. And so a lot of this stuff comes back in the background that I know as well, on top of the stuff that I learned. So if you have any questions, comments, again, we welcome them as we put these videos out. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this channel.